Happy Wednesday!
We're post gym.
Yes, you're pretty sweaty. Jeez.
So we wanted to coach, yes, coach boldly on a topic that we see a lot. We hear a lot. We see a lot. Where the couple is struggling and wanting to point out all the flaws
Mm.
of their spouse, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their wife, their husband, partner, whatever. But they don't really want to take a look at what's going on inside
Yeah,
themselves.
that's good. Yeah.
And that is the number one place we need to start looking at first. Before it's like an automatic default method. I think it's truly a Satan attack.
Yes.
Sometimes when that happens, where like we want to go outside and we want to look at all the things that are outside of ourselves, when truly, like when we come in and we actually can see what's going on inside of us, that's what we have control of. We don't have control over all this other stuff. Doesn't mean it's not affecting you. It doesn't mean that it's not impacting you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to take.
No, that's really good. And what you're saying is, I do hear it a whole lot where everything is like you, or she, or he, and we hear all these things. You're just like, yeah, okay. And so, how do we get to that? And what are you doing about it? And how does that come about? Because we truly attract what we are, and I truly believe that you do attract what you are, and what you think about or what you focus on truly grows. And it doesn't matter in anything. And so in your relationship, you're spending your time focusing on small little flaws or small things or different things that are somewhat could be trivial that you're not even going to remember next week. But you focus on it and you magnify whatever that bad is right now. You won't be a happy person. And what happens is now your now you got a negative emotions about whatever it is, and then the negative emotions connect to your partner because of that. But if we focus on the different things, focus on how grateful you are that person's in your life or whatever it is that's going on, we just are shifting our focus on things. And when you shift your focus on things, now you're focused on something that is positive, and that magnifies, that grows, and what does that do? That pours into your connection with that person as well. You are amazing with that, and be able to focus on positive things, and which is able to elevate your connection with anybody. Really, you can connect with a wall. So.
No, but it truly is. Like, I think that part of the attack comes from making us see that we're lacking, that there's extreme scarcity, that then you have to take all of that in and you start having shame around it. And then if you get on social media and you see everybody else's happy relationships and all their posts and all this stuff, then you start to feel envious, you start to feel jealous, you have the comparisonitis, and then what are you doing again? It's another distraction. It's another Satan distraction. It's taking you away from your relationship.
Yeah.
Satan hates marriage. And it takes you to all these other realms. And so, like, literally one of the things is to really focus on what you can control. A piece of hair, story of my life. To focus on what you can control, and that focus is on you, even when you feel like it's out of control. Like okay, so something that I had reread this week that was so good. You called me out on it this week. We're not doing this video because of us. We're fine. We're honeymooners. But something that I read that was so powerful is when we start to blame something or a situation or someone else, especially right now when we're talking about partnership, when you start to blame your spouse, usually that blame is coming from an underlying shame.
Oh, yes. That's good.
All right? So, like, when you're taking a look at you, we preach taking care of yourself. You have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. I don't care who you are. You want to fight us on that, we will come after you with that too, because you're not happy if you don't continue to plug into you, to plug into God first thing. And maybe you're not going to the gym. Maybe you're not eating healthy. Maybe you're not being the best parent. Maybe you're struggling at work, whatever that is. But when you're not having that focused time on you to perform at a high level, you are going to feel like crap, and that
Yeah.
crap is going to turn into blame. You're gonna put that attention on every other circumstance, because that's what it is, a circumstance that could be causing it, when in all reality it's coming from inside. Somewhere inside there's shame, there's frustration, there's disappointment, there's envy, there's comparison, there's something inside of you that you need to take hold on and pull it up at the roots, like a weed. Like, realize it, become aware of it. And I think that's one of the really hard parts. We talked about this in a podcast too, is accepting it. I think sometimes we don't want to look at it. We want to shove things under the rug, because I know for me, when I was in this process of healing in my past, in order to accept something, I used to think I was going to get stuck in that. Like, if I really looked at it and saw this, like, character flaw or this struggle within myself, that I was going to be stuck there.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be stuck there, but that's like one of the big first steps to getting out of your own way.
That is so good, and everything you said was great. And I forgot that I called you out, so that's funny.
No, you did, but okay, so that's how it happens. Like, I don't even remember what we were actually talking about, but you did. It was like a hard coaching moment.
Yeah, it's funny.
And you say, I love you, but you are doing this, and so then I read about it in this book later. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, but and I think that's the thing that you got to keep in mind. Everybody is, you got to realize when things are happening, when problems are happening, when things are going around, and you got to realize, am I dealing with the actual symptom, or am I actually dealing with the real problem or the real disease of something? You know, we can try to treat symptoms all the time, because that's never going to be long lasting. That's never going to be effective in the long run. And so oftentimes when you're seeing a certain side of something, or something's not happening correctly or whatever, not how you like it in your relationships or whatever, it's usually a symptom of something else. So now the question is, a symptom of what? And how do you find that out? And so you have to be able to be patient and take that time and ask those questions, and really try to connect with whoever your partner is to figure out what the true issue is, because we are so gravitated to treat symptoms first, and that's in everything in this world. And so how do we get to the root cause so we can unroot it, get rid of it, and it's gone, it doesn't come back, you know? And so that's what basically, you know, so when you were having your reaction at that time, I realized I was like, I was like, this is a symptom. But when so you're not speaking to that reaction or that symptom, you're speaking to that cause, and it changes everything.
No, it truly does. And again, looking at whatever it, why are you laughing? Whatever it is, and giving yourself grace. We talk about this a lot. Giving yourself compassion, but also giving yourself an applaud and a pat on the back, because a lot of times we don't want to look at it, and we purposely escape things so we don't have to. So the fact that you're merely stepping in, you're leaning in, and you're seeing it, it's a game changer. Then you got to act on it.
Oh, that's so good. That's good. You've seen some good stuff today. I'm like, watch this again. You're going to motivate me.
You got anything else?
No, that's it. You pretty much nailed it.
So yeah, guys, and then like if you are feeling like your needs aren't being met, or you're struggling yourself, we've talked about this on our walk earlier. You ask, or you have not because you ask not. Vocalize it. Like I don't know why. I feel like sometimes, like, what do you think the reason is that people don't ask for what they want? Do you think they're going to be shamed, rejected, like made fun of, even in a relationship?
It's all kinds of things. It's not taken seriously. It's not not taken seriously. Rejected. Rejection is a big deal for people. And so it's so much easier to be like, it didn't happen because I didn't ask. And you'd rather lose by default. You'd rather just go ahead and say, forfeit your opportunity by saying, I'm not going to do it. And that's in everything. People a lot of times are afraid to try things. Don't be afraid to fail in anything. And I know that's easier said than done. So much easier said than done. But I'd rather, we talked about this the other day, I'd rather live my life being super passionate and not passive, very intentional and not meandering, and and fail, but knowing that when I get to the end of the road, I did everything I could, that I went for it, that I took my best shot at everything. I swung for the fences, and if I fall, well, so be it. And that's in everything. That's in relationships, that's in life, that's in faith, that's in all things. If we just go for it, because when it comes to the end, I want to live a life poured out, and I want to pour it all out. I don't leave nothing on the table. Leave it all on the field is what they say, right? In football, leave it all on the field or leave it all on the court, whatever it may be. That's where I want to live. So.
Yeah, so I mean, I think if you are having trouble asking for what you want, lean in and ask yourself why. There's a fear there that is preventing you from getting what you want because you're scared of possibly that rejection or it not turning out in the favor that you want to have happen, but maybe it would be best for you in a different way. Just having the conversation, like spending time having the conversations. I don't know, I feel like we let busyness and whatever get in the way of our the thing that's supposed to be the most important thing, your relationship, and that has to be a foundation, and we let everything get in the way of it.
Well, I'm just laughing at you because you said busyness, and it's just like, busy doing what? and it happens all the time, and we think about this, and I'm so busy, I'm running in place. And busy doing what? And really finding out what matters and what's going to bring you fulfillment. I'm a big believer of spending more time on the things that are important and less time on those things that aren't. I rip through those things quickly as possible.
So good at that.
And I'm just like, I don't have time to do that. Who for what? I always say, one of my favorite teachers, Jim Rome, always says, don't spend major time on minor things.
But how does he actually say it? No, please do it. Please do it. Don't spend. Do it. Do it.
Don't spend major time on minor things. But it's true. And when you think of that, it's like, and that's in all things. Stop spending major time on minor things. If you're not going to remember this or think about this next week, next year, 5 years from now, why are you spending so much time about it? But you are? Okay, let's put some thought behind it. So that's all I got.
Don't spend. All right, guys. So go out, ask the hard questions. I don't remember what we titled this. But yeah, ask for what you want, or if not, it's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger. And don't let shame block your love.
You're goofy, yeah.
All
It's
right,
time to go. Bye.